Yes, music was part of the family as far as my mother was concerned. She used to sing at the local church. When my brother and I came of age and old enough, we would accompany her with the guitar and do songs like Sweet Caroline and Amazing Grace and all that sort of stuff, and do weddings and funerals and play on Sundays. That was when I first learned how to play guitar, basically. My father adopted me when I was about 6 years old. It took him a long time to decide to adopt me. So that played on my mind when I was a kid. I was always different than everybody else in the family. I used that as a bit of a thing to not be so normal as the other kids were. But there's good and there's bad to that. Singing a song under the blue skies from now on. What inspired me when I first fall in love with music? I think actually it was the drums that really got me going. So I used to use a couple of buckets and some ends of old knives. The bone knives, I used to use them as sticks. And I'd be playing out there outside for hours and hours and hours and driving everybody nuts with it. You know. Being the sort of person that couldn't be told, I taught myself basically everything I know as far as music is concerned. But listening to the radio, like Doug Parkinson and John Farnham and believe it or not, David Cassidy, the people that I listened to those sort of things and really liked that sort of thing. I would imagine they were the sort of people that were my mentors as far as that was concerned until such time as I had to join the choir, which my mum got me involved with because it was an opportunity to get a scholarship. And we got this opportunity in primary school to audition, and I was the only one that did. And so I got a scholarship. It was the only way I was going to get a scholarship. The St. Patrick's Cathedral male choir. Problem was, we were singing Latin Gregorian chant, which was, I couldn't understand a bloody word of it anyway. So the conductor smoked a lot and had this 3-stage harmonica. And if you sang flat or sharp, he would hit you over the head with it and it hurt. And all the spit would come out of it and all down your face. Yeah. Horrible. I started making my own music when tragedy hit, basically, when I was younger. When a mate of mine, after his 21st, passed away, he got hit by a car on his motorbike coming home from work down in Geelong, and I wrote him a song, and that's the song Where Have You Gone? And I wrote that when I was about 18, 19.
Where have you gone? Where have you been? You've gone away, and we'll see you someday.
And every girlfriend that I've had in the past, I've written songs for, because when tragedy hits or somebody breaks your heart, that's the best time to write, I find. And it's been an easy transition to come and write happy songs too, through doing it that way. But anyway, yeah, that's basically the first song I wrote was Where Have You Gone? I've written 24 original songs, yeah. My very, 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 very first performance was singing Little Drummer Boy at primary school in front of the whole school and not being nervous at all, just out there, boom, bang, done, and did the old come, they call me pum pum with the the Technicolor Dreamcoat and all that sort of stuff. That was that one. And then after that was probably Safeway New Faces in 1970, 74, 75, I think. I did Honky Tonk Women in a band called Blackwater. We came third. It was only 3 acts, but we came third, which entitled us to go on what they called the Gong Show, which is on 3KZ on the Sunday morning. Now, they didn't have videotapes in those days. I had cassettes, so we taped the TV. So Channel 9 will probably have data tucked away in some vault somewhere. It would have been nice if I was famous, but no. Probably won't get dug up ever. It's probably been thrown out, who knows. Anyway, yeah, that's my first one.
The Boogaloos and the Highway 41 horns. Let's hear it, come on!
The Boogaloos came to be just after I had been touring with the American Drifters. I answered an ad, I think it was in the paper, and I went to the audition, and there was like 15 musos in this studio. 15, one singer, me. Everybody else played trumpet, sax, guitar, keyboards, violin, drums, and it went on and on and on. Anyway, I went to that rehearsal, and then I thought about it, nah, I don't think I'll do it. Fred came around to the house with Peter Howard, the drummer, and talked me back into it. I said, oh, well, okay, we'll give it a crack, you know, let's do it type of thing. It was a 6-piece horn section at the time, and we had a violin player, a keyboard player, 2 drummers, and 1 guitarist, 1 bass player, and me. So I think it ended up being like, on the first get-together was like 18 people. Then we got down to 12, then we got down to 10, then we got down to 8, which we were comfortable with. I remember that vividly because there's just no room in the studio for us to swing a cat, let alone, does it sound all right, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But we did a few songs and seemed to gel. My favourite memory of the Boogaloos was probably, there's been so many of them, playing Montsalvat, I think, Jazz Festival, and playing no jazz. That stuck it right up them, and they hated it. The guy that ran the Montsalvat Jazz Festival, it's too loud, but everybody loved it, and the audience just dug it, thought it was great. I mean, we were doing Jailhouse Rock, you know, the Blues Brothers version of it, and Smoke on the Water and all that with the horns and that. It was just so fucking fat. It was great. And they really, really dug it. Yeah, we did smack at Fitzgibbon's place. We did a lot of bike clubs and all that sort of shit. But the bike clubs were very hard because they were always late start, early morning finishes. Money was always good. And if we said we finish at this time, if we go over, they give us the money again. I wanted to be successful with residencies. So you went and played continuously at the Eltham Hotel. We were there for nearly 2 years. And then the Epping Hotel. We were there for 2 or 3 years. That's where the bike clubs started coming. Playing bike clubs all the time, playing bike clubs. I get a phone call from one of the club members saying, "Are you playing tonight?" "Yeah." "Oh, well, you're not now. You're playing where we're going to want you to play. And if you don't come with us, we're going to rip all your gear into our van and take you down to our gig." "Oh, okay." I mean, the members would come home, have a day off from prison, and they'd ask for the Boogaloos to play because they had afternoon day out. This is one of those times when I said, "Oh yeah, it's $1,100, and if we go past 6 o'clock, we can't go past 6 o'clock." He goes, "I'll tell you what we'll do. Goes past 6 o'clock, we'll give you the same money again, and you keep going." Of course, we did. And we always did that sort of stuff. We did weddings for them at the zoo and all those sort of places. Bloody beautiful, fantastic, big gigs. How many bands have I been part of? About 12, I think, over the years. Blackwater, Stagecoach, Lee Walker Band, Hot Rock. Blue Healers was with Mick Elliott and Grant Hampstead from the Runners and Chris Stockley. Rocket 88. There was original band in the mix there too. It was a Final Notice. That was back in the 80s, and we scored a record deal with WEA Records. As soon as that happened, the band split up. Stagecoach was a country and western band. The Drifters. Goes on and on and on. I mean, I've jammed with heaps of people, but yeah, they're the main ones. Off the Wagon. Well, it's because for so long I was on the wagon because I had to drive everywhere, drive these people everywhere. Finally finished the Boogaloos, I'm off the wagon. Basically, that's where it came from. So the Curls and I, we've been playing together, 30-odd years, and we bounce off each other pretty well. But it's been hard, actually, to tell you the truth. A lot harder than being in a band, doing a duo thing, because of the environment has changed so much. Social media, most of the places these days won't hire you unless you've got a high profile on social media, which I feel is unfair. But, I mean, the places that we have gone there on a Sunday afternoon and said, "Oh, we'll play a few songs for you just to see what we can do," we've normally got the gig, but never got anything past that, really. Not like, in the Boogaloos, get a residency for, 2 years. No, nothing like that. And I thought that might have been how I could do it, is just go to a pub, play a few songs, and, "Yeah, I like you, da-da-da-da," and away you go. No, none of that happens these days. Most least favourite song to play would have to be something like "Treat Her Right," something like that, because we've done it to death. Mustang Sally can get a little bit hairy-fairy because you're doing them all the time. And it wasn't my song. I didn't write it. Somebody else wrote it. But the punters loved it. So I would love to have a song that the punters loved that I wrote.
What's your favourite song to play?
It's probably Ocean Deep. Andy Durant's last song that he wrote before he passed. Music to me personally means an expression, a way of communicating. It's like acting, it's like painting, it's like any type of form of art. It's an expression. Musical moments I was proud of, probably playing in front of 3,000 people at the Rudy Hill RSL as a throw-in when I was working with the Drifters. I actually was working with the Drifters doing sound engineering and lighting. And somebody got hold of the fact that I could sing, I could play drums, I could play guitar, and play da-da-da-da-da. So, this bloke is interesting. Anyway, the promoter of the Drifters at the time, Aldo Leonard, heard me singing Bread's If a Picture Paints 1,000 Words, a cappella. All right, perfect pitch all the way through. In front of 3,000 people at the Rudy Hill RSL. Nobody can dance there because it's an auditorium. Wow, mate, that blew my mind. And I was just so, intense with it. I wanted to have that moment over and over and over and over again. It was just so fantastic. And when I hit that last note and sustained that last note, oh, God, it was fantastic. It really was. Somebody recorded it and I listened to it. I thought, oh, man, that was really good. Has music helped me through difficult times? Yes. It's helped me to write that special song. It's brought emotions to the surface. Because, big boys don't cry, so to speak, but they're the sort of things that do make you cry. When you do cry, that's when the emotions really come to the fore, and that's when the songs start coming out. What advice would I give somebody? I would say, be yourself. If you're really serious about your music, be a freelancer for a long time until you find the right person that's going to support you. A song that's an anthem to my life. Heroes is, I enjoy singing it right. I enjoy the words to it. What's that other one that Doug Parkinson does? Dear Prudence, the Doug Parkinson version of it. Yes, be kind to each other. Always be kind to each other. Just try and be yourself. Yeah. That's it.